A lottery machine froze when it scanned a ticket in a small Ontario gas station, and within 24 hours, that person became the richest lottery winner in Canadian history. What happened next shattered every myth about what money can buy and changed the entire lottery system forever. But here's what nobody tells you. Would you actually want to win? The lottery terminal made a sound nobody at the Shell station had ever heard before. It wasn't the normal beep. It was more like a screech mixed with silence. The clerk stared at the screen. It had gone completely black. His hands started shaking because in 12 years of selling lottery tickets, this had never happened. He called his manager. She came running from the back office. When she looked at the screen and then at the customer standing there, her face went pale. She picked up the phone and called lottery headquarters. The person holding that ticket had no idea yet, but their life had just split in two. There was before this moment and after this moment, and nothing would ever be the same. By the end of this video, you're going to meet the 5 biggest lottery winners in Canadian history. You'll discover what really happens when ordinary people win amounts of money so large they can barely comprehend them. And you'll learn the surprising truth that lottery corporations don't advertise. But we can't start with number 1. That story is too explosive. We have to build up to it, because what that winner did changed everything. So let's begin with number 5. And I promise you, even this story has a twist nobody saw coming. Winner number 5 took home $32 million. That's enough money to buy 16 houses in Toronto. Enough to never work again. Enough to give every member of your family $1 million and still have plenty left over. The winner was a 43-year-old construction worker from Edmonton named Michael Chin. He'd been playing the same 6 numbers for 9 years. His kids' birthdays, his wedding anniversary, every single week, $20. He didn't win gradually. He didn't win small amounts first. One Wednesday morning, he was broke. By Wednesday night, he was worth $32 million. Michael's hands were shaking so hard he couldn't hold the ticket still. He'd checked the numbers on his phone 3 times, then 4 times. Then he drove to the gas station and asked them to scan it. The machine made that sound, the one that means you need to call lottery headquarters. The clerk's eyes got huge. Michael walked out to his truck and just sat there for 20 minutes. He called his wife. She thought he was joking. She hung up on him. He called her back. This time she heard something in his voice. She drove to the gas station, and they both stared at the ticket together. They didn't sleep that night. The next morning, they drove to the lottery office in downtown Edmonton. There were forms. So many forms. ID checks. Security measures. A woman in a suit explained. Their options. Lump sum or annual payments. Public announcement or anonymous. Michael and his wife chose the lump sum. After taxes, they took home $21 million. The money hit their account on a Friday. By Monday, Michael's brother had called, asking to borrow $300,000 for a business idea. His sister needed help with her mortgage. His cousin wanted to invest in a restaurant. People he hadn't talked to in 15 years suddenly remembered they were family. Michael made a decision that shocked everyone. He gave each immediate family member $50,000. Not a loan, a gift, but that was it. No more. His brother stopped speaking to him. His sister called him selfish. The cousin wrote angry messages on social media. But 5 years later, Michael and his wife still have $19 million. They bought a nice house, not a mansion. They travel twice a year. They help their kids with college. Michael still works construction, just part-time now. He says the money bought him freedom, not happiness. The happiness he had to build himself. But Michael's story is nothing compared to what happened to winner number 4, because this person made a choice that even lottery officials tried to talk them out of. $54 million. That's what Sharon Patel won on October 15th, 2019, in Mississauga, Ontario. She was a 56-year-old pharmacy technician making $42,000 a year. She'd played the same quick pick numbers for 6 months, buying one ticket every Friday after work. The day she won, she didn't check her ticket right away. She folded it into her purse and forgot about it. 3 days later, she was cleaning out her bag and found it. She checked the numbers on the lottery website. Her vision blurred. She had to sit down on her kitchen floor. She called the lottery office. They told her to come in immediately. Do not tell anyone. Do not post anything. When Sharon walked into the office, they had lawyers, waiting, financial advisors, tax specialists. They laid out 2 options. Take the lump sum of $36 million after taxes, or take annual payments of $2.7 million for 25 years. Every advisor in that room told her the same thing. Take the lump sum, invest it. You'll end up with more money. Sharon looked at all of them and said no. She wanted the annual payments. The lawyers actually argued with her. They showed her graphs, calculations, projections. Sharon didn't care. She'd watched her father win $20,000 at a casino once. He'd blown through it in 3 months. She'd seen what happened when people got all the money at once. They couldn't help themselves. So Sharon chose the payments. $2.7 million deposited into her account every January for the next 25 years. She quit her job at the pharmacy, but then she did something nobody expected. She went back to school, used her first payment to get a degree in social work. Now, she runs a nonprofit helping low-income families with financial literacy. She lives in the same house she lived in before, drives the same car. Her kids say the money barely changed her. But here's what makes Sharon's story remarkable. In year 3, her sister got cancer. The treatment wasn't covered by insurance. It would cost $400,000. Sharon couldn't access her future payments. She only got $2.7 million per year, but she paid for the treatment anyway, took out a loan against her future payments, saved her sister's life. The financial advisors who told her to take the lump sum still shake their heads when they talk about Sharon. They say she left millions on the table. Sharon says she gained something more valuable. Control. Before I reveal the top 2 winners, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments. Would you take the lump sum or the payments? Because winner number 2 made a choice that financial experts are still debating today. And what happened next will make you question everything you think you know about winning the lottery. On October 23, 2015, someone walked into a Circle K in Toronto and bought a lottery ticket. The jackpot was $70 million, the largest in Canadian history at that time. The winner was a 64-year-old retired teacher named David Kumar. He'd played the lottery maybe 5 times in his entire life. This ticket was a whim. He was buying milk and cigarettes and thought, why not? He chose his own numbers, random ones. No birthdays, no anniversaries, just numbers that popped into his head. 4 days later, David was sitting in his apartment watching the news when the winning numbers flashed on the screen. He looked down at his ticket. His heart stopped. He checked again and again. All 6 numbers matched. He didn't tell his wife right away. He put the ticket in a drawer and went to bed. He couldn't sleep. At 4 in the morning, he woke her up and showed her. She thought it was a prank. He convinced her to drive to a 24-hour convenience store. They scanned it. The machine froze. The cashier called his manager. David and his wife drove home in complete silence. What do you even say? The next day, they went to lottery headquarters. David chose to go public. He wanted everyone to know. The Lottery Corporation held a press conference. David stood there holding a giant check for $70 million. Cameras flashing, reporters shouting questions. He looked terrified and thrilled at the same time. After taxes, David took home $46 million. He bought his wife her dream house, paid off all his kids' debts. donated $5 million to the school where he taught for 30 years. He set up trust funds for his grandchildren. He bought a boat he'd always wanted. And then something unexpected happened. David got bored. He'd spent 40 years waking up early, going to work, grading papers, planning lessons. Suddenly he had nothing to do. No schedule. No purpose. The money solved every problem except the one that mattered most. What do you do with your time when you don't need to do anything? David started volunteering, teaching free tutoring sessions at the library, coaching kids soccer. He said the money gave him freedom, but purpose had to come from somewhere else. He's 73 now, still volunteers 4 days a week, still lives in that dream house with his wife. And here's what nobody tells you about lottery winners. Studies show that 40% of lottery winners end up bankrupt within 5 years. But in Canada, that number is lower, 22%. Why? Because Canadian winners tend to be more conservative. They take the annual payments more often. They don't quit their jobs immediately. They don't buy 17 cars and 4 mansions. David's story, Sharon's story, Michael's story, they all share one truth. The money didn't complete them. It just removed obstacles. The happiness, the purpose, the meaning they had to create that themselves. So now you know the truth about Canada's biggest winners. Would you take the lump sum or the payments? Would you go public or stay anonymous? Drop a comment and let me know. And remember, the odds of winning are 1 in 33 million. But if you did win, these stories show you exactly what matters. Subscribe for more incredible true stories. And who knows, maybe someday we'll be making a video about you